Good afternoon, Chair and organizing members of this interesting and inspiring session. And good afternoon, colleagues from Europe and beyond. We are very proud to tell you about our ideas to make the Roman heritage, the Lower German limes in the Netherlands, a welcoming and diverse and inclusive series of monuments, really deserving the UNESCO recognition it received this year. In this presentation, we want to show you how we are trying to establish a durable cooperation or a network with persons and organizations from diverse backgrounds and experience. We stress that we are in the start of development and we have a lot of ambitions, but just little results yet. Let's start by introducing ourselves, our monument, and our goals. I'm Tom Hazenberg, archaeologist, entrepreneur, and already for 25 years involved with the research and the presentation of Roman discoveries in the Netherlands.
My name is Monique van den Dries. I am Associate Professor at the Faculty of Archaeology of Leiden University, where I teach and study archaeological heritage management. One of my main research interests is the societal value of heritage. I study how heritage contributes to people's well-being and who actually benefits from heritage.
My name is Menno Welling. I am head of the Master Applied Museum and Heritage Studies at Rijnwaard Academy. Rijnwaard Academy is the Cultural Heritage School of the Amsterdam University of the Arts. I have a background in archaeology and cultural anthropology.
Hello, my name is Annemarie Willems and I'm a specialist on heritage and participation within the VARO program of the Cultural Heritage Agency of the Netherlands.
Hello, my name is Marco Simjouw. I'm from the province of South Holland, which is a regional government in western part of the Netherlands.
So now you know the team. Let me introduce you to the actual heritage. Since 2005, a group of scholars have joined forces in bringing the frontier areas of the Roman Empire under one flag, the frontiers of the Roman Empire, and subsequently nominate them for UNESCO World Heritage as the first segment in England, the famous Hadrian's Wall. One of those frontier systems lies in the Netherlands and the western part of Germany. This part is called the Lower German limes and forms a chain of forts on the southern bank of the River Rhine. 200 years excavations and study yield a true treasure consisting dozens of Roman forts, roads, watchtowers, and harbor installations with typical Gallo-Roman ships. These discoveries and research data resulted in a library full of books and a series of museums. Because of the archaeological remains are in the subsoil and therefore invisible, since decades communities work on large reconstructions of forts, ships, and modern landscape. We are truly call it a rebuilding program of the frontier. Since this summer, the Lower German limes is inscribed, officially listed as UNESCO World Heritage. And still a number of limes presentation units is growing where audiences are able to learn and to enjoy the history of the Roman limes and its outstanding universal value. Since a few years, the limes presentation units are connected by popular cycleway, a walking trail, and sailing routes. The situation as described looks like a huge success. Heritage is presented all over the Rhine region, in cities, in parks, and along roads. But has this Roman heritage really landed in society? And has this world heritage really much to offer to all members of society, as UNESCO aims with the promotion of and protection of heritage? Do, for example, the residents of Leiden profit of the highest status of for the soil under the park? And do clients of the healthcare center profit of the discovery and international attention of the Roman ships of Swammerdam? And will visually impaired be able to experience the richness of the limes heritage in each of the presentation units? The development of the Lower German limes as an attractive and manageable line of monuments and museums is the work of a lot of organizations in a typical liberal Dutch way. To that quite informal, complex process, our initiative is to add the themes of inclusion and accessibility for all. How do we establish more attention for the themes? We propose to bring in this process professionals with different disciplinary backgrounds, with institutional affiliations. So we bring in heritage studies, museology, and a wide policy of community involvement. But what are the instruments of each of these disciplines to contribute to a more inclusive and accessible heritage? Well, let's hear it from the partners.
As a staff member of the Faculty of Archaeology of Leiden University, I have been involved with the sites that Tom Hazenberg is talking about, like Nigrum Pullum and the brand new World Heritage Site of the Lower German Limes. We've been involved through visitor studies, impact studies, and by writing site management plans with our students. It is important for us to include our students in such research projects through internships and thesis research. We offer at Leiden University master programs in applied archaeology and in museum and heritage studies, in which we pay attention to site management and to the societal value of heritage. It implies that students can work on real sites like Nigrum Pullum and with its communities of users. From the side of Leiden University, we hope to continue our collaborations with the Limes sites. We consider it important to support the heritage work at these sites, and we aim to help the communities connected with them to benefit from this heritage. So we aim to continue bringing in our expertise in assessing the societal value of heritage sites for local communities and for people with special needs. We encourage students to do thesis research and internships to get them acquainted with the needs of these stakeholders and with the opportunities to include them. We do this, for instance, by developing site management plans that explicitly address the United Nations sustainability goals. This is part of our goal to transform the image and practice of the university as an ivory tower into a society-oriented civic university. I also help raising awareness for this innovative heritage management approach, like it is being applied in Nigrum Pullum, and which has a people-centered approach and aims to add to well-being. We, for instance, include it in international and multidisciplinary research projects like our EU Curl project. We also include it in international conference papers and in publications, like for instance our brand new catalogue on inspirational examples in cultural heritage management practices which foster social responsibility. And finally, we also intend to include this productive and effective membership in future research projects on accessibility for all.
Rabbit Academy, which started as a school for museum professionals, has developed an engaged and dynamic approach to heritage, very much in line with current trends in society and priorities set by the International Council of Museums, ICOMOS, and UNESCO. The key question we raise in our programs is how to develop innovative frameworks for theoretically, practically, and ethically grounded museum and heritage interventions addressing societal issues. We work on knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitude needed in a context where issues of sustainability, inclusivity, and digitality are challenging museum and heritage work in general, and personal professional practice in particular. Our vision is grounded on 4 conceptual triangles, 2 of which are of prime importance at this instance. We see professionalism as based on the interplay between theory, ethics, and practice. Engagement in interplay between sustainability, inclusivity, and technology. More concretely, we can conceive of sustainability as the ultimate aim, technology as an empowering means, and inclusivity as a precondition. Interventions which fail to be inclusive will in the end fail to be socially sustainable. In our master's program, we annually have an international classroom of about 20 students who will grapple with this approach, first collectively and then individually during placements where they are to conceive, monitor, evaluate heritage interventions. Several Rijnwaard students are now involved in turning the National Roman Maritime Museum into an inclusive, multi-sensory space for learning about the Roman past and its relevance for today.
In 2005, the Framework Convention on the Value of Cultural Heritage for Society, or VARO Convention, was adopted by the Council of Europe. Diversity, sustainability, co-creation, inclusiveness, interdisciplinarity, democratization, and multivocality are all keywords in what could be called the VARO approach. This approach, which has not been defined yet, suggests to both use and preserve heritage and to consider heritage as a cultural, social, and economic resource. It also encourages to place society at the center of the heritage process and aims to raise awareness among heritage professionals when it comes to the interdisciplinary character of heritage management. This VARO approach also allows for other types of values than the expert values and invites non-experts to participate in the heritage management process. In 2018, the Dutch Minister of Education, Culture and Science indicated that she wanted to sign the European VARO Convention. The convention emphasizes the social and connecting value of heritage and the importance of participation by society. For government bodies and heritage institutions that are relatively unfamiliar with participation projects, this can often mean a new way of working. Therefore, the RCE, or the Heritage Agency, has launched a VARO program in 2019 that aims to make citizens' initiatives and participation a natural and self-evident part of heritage practice. The results of this 3-year program that will run until the end of this year will provide a recommendation and an implementation plan for policy relating to citizens' initiatives in the heritage sector.
In the province of South Holland, we are now working on connectivity. This means we try to bring together people from both public and private organizations and other stakeholders as well to cooperate in order to realize special projects which fill in the policy framework as well as the needs of the users. So it's an integral approach, cultural history, cultural heritage, recreation, and all these kinds of people, all these kinds of themes we are including into our program. We have a network, call it, for the Lower German Limes line, which is a cultural heritage line, and themes, also new themes which are very hot at the moment, hot topics, hot items like accessibility, diversity and inclusion are part of our cultural heritage policy. Concerning these themes, this theme like inclusion and exploration, which is entitled Inclusive Heritage Lines, has been made just a few months ago. To conclude, I hope that this will all lead to a widening view of an ongoing search for transnational exchange of knowledge, and also to the implementation of sustainable projects, and also including European joint ventures and investments in the coming years, and so that we can celebrate the status of UNESCO World Heritage with all the stakeholders.
By adding these disciplines in the running process of making an attractive World Heritage, we can make it attractive or contributing for all. For example, as we saw, the Leiden University used their skills and modern insights in the in the Klein research in Zwammerdam. Or could this approach help the development of the National Roman Maritime Museum by involving from the start audience target groups like visually or hearing impaired people to make the museum plan of the new museum with exhibitions and experience for all and from the perspective of all, a process coached by highly educated professionals from the Rijnwaard Academy. And in Park Matilo, the Roman Park at Leiden, we foresee in partnership with the EU project of Heritage in Action, the establishment of a heritage visitor center, not only with the help of the residents, but in full cooperation of residents and heritage professionals, inspired by the FARO program of the State Service. And finally, the provincial government, a real power in the Limes, can stimulate accessibility and inclusion by providing knowledge and exchanging experience in her bottom-up approach. She will make these ambitions conditionary to financial support for new projects of partners in the Limes network. By adding these disciplines to the existing Limes network, it might be possible to create awareness for the history of the Lower German Limes among the local communities and to make heritage sites available and accessible to all and to identify opportunities to use heritage sites as cultural, social and economic resource. So let's work together on the Lower German Limes as a World Heritage owned and enjoyed by everyone. Thank you for your attention.